This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Agan Erev Shabbos, Rabbi Isai. Hope everybody is doing well. I want to share with you some questions on the Parsha. I know this is your favorite time of the week. The Imponderables on Parshas Sisa. So here we go. The first thing I want you to think about is the subject matter in the beginning of the Parsha. We talk about Machzas HaShekel, the Kiyar, the Shemen HaMishcha, the Ketores, Binyan HaMishkan, Shabbos. What's the connection between Machzas HaShekel and washing from the Kiyar, and the oil for the Kohanim, and the Ketores? What is the connection between all of these subjects? Another interesting question. Rashi says all the Meshichos were the letter Chaf. Sifsei Chachamim says it's a Kaf Yevanis, a Greek Chaf, but in Lashon Kodesh it's a Nun. What would be the reason why every Kohen and every Kli was anointed Dafka with the letter Nun? Okay. Number 3. Rashi says that the Shemen HaMishcha had in it 12 lug. Because it says, Zeh l'doiroi seichem. Zeh is Gematria 12. But it's interesting, in terms of formulating the Shemen HaMishcha, there it doesn't tell us how many lug. It's only later on in the Parsha where it says, l'doiroi seichem, that this is the amount for all generations. Only then it says Zeh, which is 12. Okay, here's an interesting question. When it comes to the tzivoy of Shabbos, it says Vayomer Hashem el Moshe Lemar. Everywhere else in the Parsha it says Vayedaber, Vayedaber, Vayedaber. Why by Shabbos is it Davka Vayomer Hashem el Moshe Lemar? Next question. Moshe Rabbeinu said, I'm coming back in 40 days. Now they made a mistake. They thought the day he left was counted. But it was 40 complete days. The first day didn't count. When Moshe Rabbeinu didn't come back on that 40th day, there's 600,000 Jews. There are a lot of Talmidei Chachamim there. Before you make a cow, wasn't there anybody who said, maybe Moshe meant 40 complete days? I mean, is that really such a complicated possibility that nobody thought of that? Why didn't some big tzaddik get up and say, no, we know 40 days is 40 days. He's coming tomorrow. He'll be here in 24. Let's wait 24 hours. If he's here in 24 hours, great. Wonderful. We misunderstood him. And if he's not here, okay, no harm lost. We'll gather the materials in the meantime. I mean, there was nobody who offered that possibility that it's 40 complete days. I mean, I would have thought, if I would have been there, I would have said, look at Rashi. Rashi says 40 complete days. Why didn't anybody think of that? I mean, before you make a cow. And then, I have another question. Maybe it's partially an answer. We know the Satan created great darkness and confusion, as if to say Moshe definitely died. Or he even showed the coffin of Moshe Rabbeinu floating in the heaven. I mean, we know that sheker, falsehood, has no ein loy raglayim. How is the Satan allowed to do that? The Satan was allowed to make up a complete lie. I mean, maybe he didn't say Moshe died, but he definitely made it a very cloudy, ominous appearance. I mean, what was the basis of that? How could he show an image that has no basis in reality? And by the way, Rashi says, how did they make the egel? They took the plate that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote, Alei Shor, with which he threw into the Nilus to get out the coffin of Yosef. So Moshe Rabbeinu wrote a Shem Hashem. He used that Shem Hashem to throw into the Nile River to take out the coffin of Yosef. And how could it be that a holy Shem that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote brought about an Egel Hazav? How could they have used the Shem Kodesh to create this somewhat Avodah Zarah? Okay. Here's the question. I just don't have a good understanding of it. The pasuk says that Aaron saw. So Aaron said, better that I should be blamed for the Egel, and I'll do it myself, than have them do it. I mean, are you allowed to do that? It's Avodah Zarah. How is Aaron allowed to... is a person allowed to say that? Is a person allowed to say, well, the Jewish people are violating a terrible sin. Let me violate the sin. This way, the blame will be on me. This is classically what we call Avera Lishma, a sin for the sake of heaven. And I think technically you're not allowed to do it, but if you're on the highest possible level, where you're doing it totally L'Shem Shamayim, which Aaron did, then you're allowed to do it. But isn't it interesting that Moshe Rabbeinu comes down, he breaks the luchais, and there's a plague among the Jewish people. The 3,000 people who worship the Egel died. And Moshe Rabbeinu checks them like a saita. But what about Aaron? Aaron's the one who made it. Nothing happens to Aaron. Isn't that amazing? Nadav Avihu, they bring in Eish Zara. They're struck down. Aaron HaKohen makes the Egel. And the Jewish people are plagued and they're punished. And the one who made it, nothing happened to him. He must have done it totally L'Shem Shamayim. Obviously he did. But it seems like there's some concept, like the Gemara talks about, of Avera Lishma, that doing an Avera totally for the sake of heaven is permitted as like a Hoira Shah. It's just very hard to understand why Aaron HaKohen did this. Why wasn't he Moiser Nefesh? So you have to say he would have been Moiser Nefesh. He obviously decided that HaKadosh Baruch Hu preferred that somehow he delay and make the Egel himself in order to diffuse any blame from upon the Jewish people. So you see the greatness of the leaders of the Jewish people, that they sort of forego their own ruchnias in order to save the people. So it's not a question, it requires understanding of what Aaron was doing, and amazingly he wasn't punished. Okay, this is one of the difficult Parshas in the Torah. So again, this is not B'derach Kasha, it just requires deep understanding. Okay, today I have to be brief again. Bez Hashem, we'll try to continue next week with the Shiurim on Tefillah as well. Okay, be matzliach everyone, have a wonderful Shabbos. Kol Tov. Shabbos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.